Good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could join us this morning in the morning trade with Paul. Here at Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to help you become the best version of yourself. And we do that by teaching you how to currency trade with our super accurate proprietary trading tools. And we supplement that with our best in the business one-on-one personalized training, which we believe is the only way and actually the most efficient way to learn currency trading. There's zillions of YouTubes out there, all sorts of books, and it becomes hard to figure out which is right and which is wrong. With our program, we've simplified it down to a set of charts, which you are looking at, or you'll be looking at in a minute, that let you simplify the process of taking trades. And we are so confident in how well the tools perform and our ability to train you that we let you trade company money once you've been trained. And eventually you can have the opportunity to trade an account of up to $100,000 and keep 80% of what you make. With that, in this session, I'm going to focus on two of the signals that we have, something called the thick orange line trade, which is a little scalp trade, which we'll do right at the top of the hour, and then also the 10-point trade. So with that, let's get into it. We need to start by listening to this disclosure. So let's do that.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
All right. One of the great things about the program is that in addition to teaching you, we do live trades every day if you're a member. And the advantage there is you get to, it's a continued learning thing. And the traders who do this are very good, and you will be able to walk away with pips, on average, positive pips every week. If you're a light member, we do it 3 times a week with the live trades. Monday evening, last night, we didn't find a trade. Today, this morning at 6:30, Thursday, 6:30. After this session at 9:30 Eastern, there's an intro to coaching. They will take a trade there. Tomorrow evening, there's a light member meeting. And then once you get into the program, there's a live trade in the morning at 10 a.m. Eastern and also in the evening at 10 p.m. Eastern. And then there's additional paid sessions. There's a trade on Sunday. There's training on Saturday. So lots of opportunities for trades. So in the beginning, while you're developing your skills, you've got somebody there walking you through how to get better. I have a little checklist that I work off of. First thing is I make sure everything is turned on and connected. They've recently done this week's upgrade to the charts will hopefully is supposed to prevent the lockup that we was sometimes getting when I had too many windows open. So we'll hopefully that works. Good practice in life, in addition to trading, is kind of to do a end of the day review in terms of what you did and what you could have done better. Yesterday we did not find a did not find a trade. I looked at that gold trade this morning, so it's a good thing that we didn't take it. It came down and went back up, but we wouldn't have got to our take profit. So it's good that we passed on that. As we are technical traders, the news impacts currency. So we want to know what that news is so that we can trade around it. Best place to get that news is on forexfactory.com, forexfactory.com, and it breaks the news down into three categories. Yellow is low impact, orange is medium impact, and red is high impact. So we've got a couple high impact items on the USD at 8.30 and 9. So we will probably stay out of that. We're within a 2-hour window of that, and I don't like to trade within 2 hours or have an open trade within 2 hours of the event because I don't want to get caught with our tools can't predict how this news is going to impact things. And then at 11 a.m., which is 4.5 hours away, we could take a trade on the pound, depending on how quickly we thought it was going to close. So we need to watch out for the USD. So with that, let's get into it. This is what I call the composite chart. It's the chart that's called Light 6 Major in your chart indicators. You just go down here and click on it, opens it up. And it has 6 different currency pairs, and it's all on a 1-hour chart. My trading preference is to trade off of a 1-hour chart, but every once in a while I will kind of look at the day chart to see if I can catch a nice long-term trade. The signals work the same way. It just takes longer for the execution to happen. So I start with the middle chart here, the majors and minors. I am looking for situations where the lines are either below the red line, which is the oversold line, or above the blue line, which is the overbought line. If the lines are below, that is a buying opportunity because the market's oversold. If the lines are above, that is a selling opportunity. And then the question is, when specifically should I execute on the trade? When should I get into it? So here, Australian dollar, US dollar, we are just getting into the oversold territory. With the lines pointing down. Euro USD, we are in we're in the middle of the channel, and it's kind of a slight down trend here. By the way, our trade last night, the recommended trade did close, so hopefully you took that and it made some money. Pound USD, we're not quite halfway in the channel. Everybody is going down, and I've got the double cross, which means the red line on the majors and the black line on the minors have crossed over the respective gray line and a green line. So we've got all three. We've got 3 points here. We were overbought. Everybody's pointing down, and we've got the double cross. I will consider it. I know we're in the channel, but I will consider it quite so long as we haven't quite hit the halfway mark. The thing I don't like about this is I don't like the slope on the green line. It's a little too sideways for me. The slope on these lines matter. It looks like we got a little bit of a kink where the slope has increased from the last hour. Less steep, more steep. But I prefer to see it steeper. So once I have 3 points here, I'm going to go up to my TNTs and I'm going to count how many lines are consistent with what I'm seeing here, which is a sell. And I want to have at least 3 of the 4 lines consistent. I've got the 2 orange lines going down, thick blue going up. Blue lines are inversely related. So when blue goes up, that means sell. So I got 3 of the 4 here telling me I have weakening up pressure. Weakening up pressure, what makes it weak is that the slope is decreasing. It's starting to kind of turn. and the lines are diverging. That is, the red line and the green line are separating. But I do have the red line on top. With the red line on top, that is worth a point. So I've got 1 point here, 7 points here, or 3 points here, and 3 points here. I kind of, so we've got the 7 points here, but this line bothers me. It's going too much sideways. Plus, the other issue is we're under 2 hours to the USD. So I'm going to pass for right now, but if we don't have anything, maybe we'll come back and like do a more detailed analysis. The next step on the analysis would be where is the support and resistance and what's the trend? And then that's going to help me kind of figure out how many pips I want to take. On this trade, unlike, say, the trade we teach in the light program, where the number of pips is predefined, here we need to kind of figure out what the number of pips are. So before we go into that analysis, I want to see if we've got something better. USD Canadian, we've got mixed signal here. USD Swiss franc, we're just entering the overbought. USD yen, mixed signal, majors coming down, minors going up, and it's in the channel. So we will pass. Let's go to the next group. So happy the charts came up. We weren't whited out. All right, so basically what I've done is I've just taken this 6 light major, or the light 6 major. I cloned it, and then I put in different pairs. So again, we're off of a 1 hour chart. Euro pound. We're oversold. Minors are going up. Majors are kind of sideways. So I'm going to pass, and we don't really have the double cross, or if we do have the double, well, I guess we do have the double cross. I don't like it because it's too sideways. I want to see if we have something better. So let's use our time more effectively. But we do have less steep, more steep. But again, I'd like to see the green line more steep than what we're seeing. So I'm going to pass. Australian yen, we are more than halfway through the channel. Let me see. So I'm going to pass. Just 1 second. This is bothering me. I don't know how to unturn off the. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have messed with it, huh? All right, let's do it this way. Let me open up a new. Let's try a different browser. And oops, we don't want that. So we're going to go to major 2. Oh, real quick though, before we change off of this. See the support and resistance lines? Bounce, bounce, bounce. bounce, 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 went up, hit the line, stopped. So these support and resistance lines, which you'll get trained on in the coaching, are very important in helping you figure out where's a good place to put your take profit and stop loss. So, but you can see it's right on, hitting this line and bouncing, hitting this line and bouncing, hitting this line and bouncing. So let's go back to our major twos. Euro Canadian oversold going down. Australian New Zealand dollar. It's in the middle of the channel, more than halfway. Pound yen. We're overbought. Everybody's going down. I don't like that the majors are, even though they're going down and the red is on top, it's more sideways. So I'm going to hold off and look for something better. Euro Australian dollar, we are more than halfway through the channel, so we're going to pass. Reason we want to catch it on this side of the less than halfway, or ideally right when it's entering the channel, is so that we can catch the entire run through the channel. So let's open up a new one. And it remembers where I last was and opens up the last one. So let's go to majors 3. So again, I've just taken that initial light six major, and I have cloned it and then just added new currency pairs. So Canadian yen, we are approaching overbought, so we're going to pass. Euro New Zealand, like these lines are very, very nice. Like if we were able to catch this, when you hit this kink, all the lines are tight, and there's great steepness to the lines. So we've kind of missed this move because it's kind of already gone through the channel. But this would have been this was kind of a large move. Pound New Zealand dollar, we are overbought going down through the channel, but we're a little bit more than halfway, so I'm going to pass. So the New Zealand dollar is making kind of a bit of a run here. New Zealand dollar is one of those things that if you're able to trade it, it moves quite a bit. So there's if you can tolerate the risk, because of the big moves, you can make extra money or make more money. I know somebody who does almost 80 pips a day trading the pound New Zealand dollar. So, but again, you've got to have the right temperament and tolerance for the big moves. But this is a nice move here. New Zealand dollar, yen, gold. We are approaching overbought, and it looks like it's starting to roll. Bitcoin, we're oversold. So let's go to the next one. Major 4. Australian Canadian dollar, we're oversold and still going down. Swiss franc yen, oversold. Minors are going down. Majors are kind of sideways. Euro yen, we're kind of stuck in the middle of the channel. Miners going up, majors going sideways. Pound Australian dollar overbought, but we haven't turned. Majors are going up, miners are going down. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc. We're entering the overbought section of the channel, and again, the New Zealand dollar. There's something going to happen with the New Zealand dollar where we get a nice run. And Canadian New Zealand dollar, we are overbought and going up. It was starting to roll. It was a weak roll. Then whatever caused this jumped up. Was there news? Let's see. Curious what's making that happen. Nothing that's no noticeable news here. So anyways, we don't know what's causing this, and we're not going to go to the 5 because the market's not, New York Stock Exchange isn't open. So we're going to just cut it here. We're going to go back to and we didn't see a thick orange, or a 10-point trade. So we are going to now change gears and see if we can find a little scalp trade. And the little scalp trade is we're going to use a different setup. And one of the great things is there are a dozen different setups that you can trade from. And when you get into coaching, we will go over those different setups, and we will find one or two that kind of resonate with you, that kind of meet your kind of risk and personality that you can trade off of. This one is called the thick orange line trade, and it focuses on what this orange line is doing. And this orange line is a scaled number, and that scaled number shows up here. And when it gets to 0, as low as it can go, it's at 0. And when it's at 0, what it's suggesting is that there's no more up in the movement. If there's no more up in the movement, that's a good time to take a buy. But the great thing about our tools is we don't want to rely on just one signal to take the trade. We want to be able to have something confirm it. And when we have that confirmation, it increases our accuracy. So when I see this at 0, I want to look and see what the majors and minors are doing. And I want all 4 of these lines kind of well below the red line here, way oversold. When I have condition 1 and condition 2, this trade is good for 5 pips. And I'm going to take it when there's less than 5 minutes remaining in the top of the hour, right at the top of the hour. Now, the reality is actually I'm very interested in what the red and green lines are doing, the majors. So I want that red line way over here. So we've got one of the lines or 2 of the lines, the red and the green and the gray, but the red and the black aren't. So I don't have both conditions. When I don't have both conditions, I pass. And this trade, we want to do it during kind of the morning time, or when it's morning trading in one of the pairs, so that there's volume behind it. I'm okay taking a USD trade using this signal because I'm going to expect the trade to close within an hour. So even though we only have an hour and a half till the top of the hour, I'll consider it because I'm expecting this to close very quickly. So 3.1 isn't close enough. So I am looking for this to be at either end of the scale. So either at 0 or 10 or within 1 point of either end. So 3.9 isn't. 9.4 is. 9.4 is, it's within less than 1 of 10. And I do have all of the majors and minors are well above the red line. Well above the red line. This is a good signal. Let's go ahead and take it for 5 pips. USD Canadian. Let me write this down so that I have it. So we're going to take a 5 pip sell on the USD Canadian. Actually, before we take it, we still have like 4 minutes. I'm going to wait another couple minutes. The reason I'm going to wait a couple minutes is because it is the USD and we're within 2 hours. So I want to see if we've got something better before we decide to take this. This is a good setup, but I don't want to lead you guys astray because we do have news coming up. And my usual rule of thumb is if I'm within 2 hours of the news, I don't take the trade. And we are within 2 hours. So let's see if we've got something else. 7, no. 5, no. So now we will just go back through our the various. So 0 here on the Australian Canadian, but the red line hasn't crossed. The red line of the major hasn't crossed the red line of the oversold. So I want this red line kind of way down where the green line is. So we don't have that. 0 again on Swiss franc yen. Everybody is oversold. They're in the side, but this line isn't down far enough for me. I really want the red line to be closer to where the green line is. I want it a good distance away from the oversold line. So we don't have that. In fact, we've been at 0 for 2 hours here. This hour and last hour, it's at 0. I'm guessing this might be good the next hour, but let's just keep going. 1.4 isn't close enough. 7 isn't close enough. 5 isn't close enough. 5.8 isn't close enough. Let's go to the next one. Canadian yen, 5 isn't close enough. Euro New Zealand, I'm at 0, but my lines are still in the channel. So we're going to pass. 1.4 isn't close enough. 5 isn't close enough. 9.1 is, but I don't have the majors aren't well overbought. I want them to be well overbought. This looks like it is starting to turn, but that's another trade entirely. This is just based on when we're overbought at the top of the hour, there's a little snap and we want to catch that and it's worth 5 pips. Bitcoin, we're not going to do because some of you can't trade it. And what happened here? So we didn't look at 6 majors. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, the sky is. This is ticking me off here. All right, we got some of it back. I'm sorry. Let's try one more time. I'm still looking at this USD Canadian. So I'm going back to the top of the hour. We were at 10. We get the lines above. This hour, it has it's changed by 1, which is good. So since it's changed by 1, I'm trying to decide if I want to break my rule. And I am not going to break my rule. The rule is if it's within 2 hours of a red news item, I'm not going to take it. So I'm a little disappointed because I want to give you guys a trade, and we just didn't find one this morning. So didn't find one this morning. If I come across one, let's do this. If I come across one after the news announcement, I will email it out. I will email it out if I come across a trade. So keep an eye on your emails to make up for the trade that we didn't get this morning. And then, of course, I'll send out tonight's trade around 6 o'clock Eastern time. But since we didn't get one, if I come across one, I will send out a bonus trade a little bit later on. Let's see if we've got any comments. AUZ was at 0.9 and jumped to 6. AUD USD. AUD NZD USD. What chart was that on of my charts? Do you remember? Even though we take it at the top of the hour, we can still. The issue is though that we're still trading. The USD, which is the one I want to. It's so tempting to break your rules. It's like, I want to get the trade, and I don't see a trade, and I want to trade. But that is the discipline that you need to be good at this. So even though we have a USD NZD, and there's going to probably be some retracement on that NZD because it jumped so much. And I'm just looking for it. But again, that leads into a different strategy when we're trying to capture some of the retracement. NZD. I don't. Where is NZD USD? Why can't I find it? Not there. Not there. Not there. Not there. Yes. All right. So we're going to pass. We're going to be disciplined and stick to our rules. And my rule is, if it's within 2 hours, I'm not taking the trade. So we are within 2 hours. So I will send off a trade, the bonus trade, if I see one after those news items. So probably be sometime after 9 Eastern, because Fed Chairman Powell speaking at 9. All right, great. Thanks, everybody. We will see you Thursday morning, bright and early. Trading's terrific. These tools are terrific. Once you learn how to master them, it will change your life. I promise. All right, very good. Talk to you Thursday. Bye-bye.